Cynthia Clark Book Club. We are reading Chapter 8 of The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. If you don't have a copy of the book, that's okay. You can go to my website, CynthiaClarkBookClub.com. Scroll down on the home page, click on the image of the book, The Science of Getting Rich, and it will load a free PDF. And it's okay for us to read this book for free because it's in the public domain. So, this is how the book club works. I pretty much read chapter by chapter, and I give my 2 cents about what I'm reading. I post it on Facebook, I put it on YouTube, and if there's something in the book, something in my comments, something in the chapter that you want to comment on, you can post a comment and we can have a dialogue. Otherwise, I'll just keep doing one of my favorite things, which is reading. And my intention is to connect with people that enjoy learning and reading these sorts of books. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Chapter 8 is entitled Thinking in the Certain Way. So here goes. Turn back to chapter 6 and read again the story of the man who formed a mental image of his house, and you will get a fair idea of the initial step toward getting rich. You must form a clear and definite mental picture of what you want. You cannot transmit an idea unless you have it yourself. You must have it before you can give it. And many people fail to impress thinking substance because they have themselves only a vague and misty concept of the things they want to do, to have, or to become. So it's important to know what you want. If you don't know what you want, you get a little bit of everything, huh? Okay, back to the book. It is not enough that you should have a general desire for wealth to do good with. Everybody has that desire. It is not enough that you should have a wish to travel, see things, live more, etc. Everybody has those desires also. If you were going to send a wireless message to a friend, you would not send the letters of the alphabet in their order and let him construct the message for himself. Nor would you take words at random from the dictionary. You would send a coherent sentence, one which meant something. When you try to impress your wants upon the thinking substance, remember that it must be done by a coherent statement. You must know what you want and be specific and definite. You can never get rich or start the creative power into action by sending out unformed longings and vague desires. Go over your desires just as the man I have described went over his house. See just what you want and get a clear mental picture of it as you wish it to look when you get it. That clear mental picture you must have continually in mind. As the sailor has in mind the port towards which he is sailing the ship, you must keep your face toward it at all times. You must no more lose sight of it than the helmsman loses sight of the compass. So what I have to do is keep my mind on what I want and not waver. Back to the book. It is not necessary to take exercise and concentration, nor to set apart special times for prayer or affirmation, nor to go into the silence, nor to do occult stunts or of any kind. Some of these things are well enough, but all you need is to know what you want and to want it badly enough so that it will stay in your thoughts. Spend as much of your leisure time as you can in contemplating your picture. But no one needs to take exercise to concentrate his or her mind on a thing which he or she really wants. It is the things you do not really care about which require effort to fix your attention upon them. And unless you really want to get rich, like I do, so that the desire is strong enough to hold your thoughts directed to the purpose as the magnetic pole holds the needle of the compass, it will hardly be worthwhile for you to try to carry out the instructions given in this book. I'm going to read that again. And unless you really want to get rich, so that the desire is strong enough to hold your thoughts directed to the purpose, as the magnetic pole holds the needle of the compass, it will hardly be worthwhile for you to try to carry out the instructions given in this book. The methods set forth here are for people whose desire for riches is strong enough to overcome mental laziness and the love of ease and to make them work. The more clear and definite you make your picture, then, and the more you dwell upon it, bringing out all the delightful details, the stronger your desire will be. And the stronger your desire, the easier it will be to build your mind. The easier it will be to hold your mind fixed upon the picture of what you want. Now this is talking about riches, but as I'm reading it, I'm thinking about a man. There's this guy that I had this ridiculous crush on, and I thought about this dude so much that it set in motion universal forces that brought us together. And I wanted him so much that it didn't take a lot of effort on my part to keep my mind focused on him, because I wanted his companionship so much. It was easy, like they're talking about here. Okay, back to the book. Something more is necessary, however, than merely to see the picture clearly. If that is all you do, you are only a dreamer and will have little or no power for accomplishment. Behind your clear vision must be the purpose to realize it, to bring it out in tangible expression. And behind this purpose must be an invincible and unwavering faith that the thing is already yours, that it is at hand and you have only to take possession of it. Ooh. Live in the new house mentally until it takes form around you physically. In the mental realm, enter at once into full enjoyment of the things you want. You had better believe that I mentally enjoyed this man before I met him, before we hooked up, if you will. So anyway, in here it says live in the new house mentally. So whatever the thing is that I want, so for me, wealth is one of those things. I have to mentally allow myself to live a wealthy life, see myself enjoying my wealth, put myself in the movie, if you will. Okay, back to the book. Whatsoever things you ask for when you pray, believe that you receive them and you shall have them, said Jesus. See the things you want as if they were actually around you all the time. See yourself as owning and using them. Make use of them in imagination, as you will use them when they are your tangible possessions. This, allowing myself in my imagination to see these things, is key. And for me, I'm not reading right now, this is just Cynthia talking. The other thing is, while you're allowing yourself in your imagination, or in my imagination, to see these things, it is imperative that I do not let the naysayers in my head. Because a naysayer, and sometimes they're coming from a place where they think they're trying to help you, but you cannot let naysayers tell you what's not possible. And I'll give you an example. I'm an idealist, and so it is August 18, 2014 when I'm doing this recording, and the Michael Brown shooting took place in Ferguson, Missouri, and the Trayvon Martin situation has already took place, where George Zimmerman gunned him down. And so a lot of people right now, not me, a lot of people right now are feeling very hopeless about the state of black people, and feeling like victims. And I'm not saying that there isn't injustice, but I am just an idealist. I'm hopeful. I know that things are working to the good, even though they seem chaotic. You heard order from chaos. That's just how I feel right now. I'm not like tripping on it at all. I'm an idealist, and I'll be damned if I allow people that lack hope to pull me into that vibration. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there because this made me think of that as I was reading. So anyway, back to the book. Let's see. See the things you want as if they were actually around you all the time. See yourself as owning and using them. Make use of them in imagination, just as you will use them when they are your tangible possessions. Dwell upon your mental picture until it is clear and distinct, and then take the mental attitude of ownership toward everything in that picture. Take possession of it in mind, in the full faith that it is actually yours. Hold to this mental ownership. Do not waver for an instant in the faith that it is real. You got to allow yourself to be crazy enough to believe that this shit is yours. Okay, back to the book. And remember what was said in a preceding chapter about gratitude. Be as thankful for it all the time as you expect to be when it has taken form. The person who can sincerely thank God for the things which as yet he owns only in imagination has real faith. I'm going to read that again. The person who can sincerely thank God for the things as yet he owns only in imagination has real faith. He will get rich, or she will get rich. She will cause the creation of whatever she wants. I will cause the creation of whatever the hell I want. And I wish a mug would tell me that I won't. You know, people are so damn quick to tell you what the hell is not going to happen in your life. But anyway, let's keep going. You do not need to pray repeatedly for things you want. It is not necessary to tell God about it every day. Your part is to intelligently formulate your desire for the things which make for a larger life, and to get these desires arranged into a coherent whole, and then to impress this whole desire upon the formless substance, which has the power and the will to bring you what you want. So the key is not to waver. The wavering slows shit up. And I have done that before. I have done that. And so you gotta keep your eye on the prize. Let's keep going. You do not make this impression by repeating strings of words. You make it by holding the vision with unshakable purpose to attain it, and with steadfast faith that you do attain it. The answer to prayer is not according to your faith while you are talking, but according to your faith while you are working. You cannot impress the mind of God by having a special Sabbath day set apart to tell her what you want, and then forget her during the rest of the week. You cannot impress her by having special hours to go into your closet and pray. If you then dismiss the matter from your mind until the hour of prayer comes again. Oral prayer is well enough and has its effect, especially upon yourself, in clarifying your vision and strengthening your faith. But it is not your oral petitions which get you what you want. In order to get rich, you do not need a sweet hour of prayer. You need to pray without ceasing. And by prayer, I mean holding steadily to your vision with the purpose to cause its creation into solid form. And the faith that you are doing so, believe that you receive them. Oof. Once you have clearly formed your vision, the whole matter turns on receiving. When you have formed it, it is well to make an oral statement addressing the Supreme in gratitude. Then from that moment on, you must in mind receive what you ask for. Live in the new house. Wear the fine clothes. Ride in the automobile. Go on the journey and confidently plan for greater journeys. Think and speak of all the things you have asked for in terms of actual present ownership. And that's one of the things that I'm working on, is my verbiage. It says present ownership, so I'm working on better verbiage about the things that I am summoning into my life. Anyway, I'll keep going. Think and speak of all the things you have asked for in terms of actual present ownership. Imagine an environment and a financial condition exactly as you want them, and live all the time in that mental environment and financial condition until they take physical shape. Mind, however, that you do not do this as a mere dreamer and castle builder. Hold to the faith that the imaginary is being realized, and to your purpose to realize it. Remember that it is faith and purpose in the use of the imagination which make the difference between the scientist and the dreamer. Damn. Ooh, hold on, I gotta read that again. Remember that it is faith and purpose in the use of imagination. Imagination is so powerful. I don't know if you guys, I have a daughter that's 11, and I don't know if you guys watch Disney Channel, but Walt Disney was big on imagination. Big on it. And oftentimes it is underestimated. But it's the key to so much. So I'm going to read that again. Remember that it is faith and purpose in the use of the imagination which make the difference between the scientist and the dreamer. And having learned this fact, it is here that you must learn the proper use of the wheel. Okay, so that's the end of chapter 8. And I'm done. This is what I'm doing. As I read these books, I'm implementing what I learn. And I'm on a journey to become a millionaire. I know that it's part of my destiny to be a multimillionaire. So what I'm doing is I'm reading these metaphysical books, I'm implementing the concepts in my life and with my business, and I am chronicling my journey in a memoir series. And the name of my series is called Since Metaphysical Journey to Millionaires. And I already got part 1 done. This is my book here, Since Metaphysical Journey to Millionaires, part 1. And if you'd like a copy of the book, you can get it on my website, CynthiaClarkBookClub.com. Just go to the bookstore. I have it in ebook form, and I have it in paperback as well. And I'm working on part 2, which will be out May 2015. So anyway, that's it. I will see you guys next time when I read chapter 9 from The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. Talk to you soon. Bye.